This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. They haven't passed a law in 6 months, but the state legislature voted on something today, a decision that could block the state from limiting those larger gatherings.
Naomi Coles joins us now to explain how it works. Naomi?
A legislative committee voted to force the DHS to basically get lawmaker approval for its statewide order. That order, of course, limits businesses to 25% indoor capacity statewide. This forces the agency to submit that order as a rule that Republicans could reject. Republicans on the committee say the DHS is acting illegally, citing the state Supreme Court decision to block the safer at-home order. But Democrats say the Supreme Court did allow the state to limit public gatherings.
So in the end, we're not debating COVID. We're debating whether government should go beyond the consent of the governed. And that's why we're here. And we are here to stop that. It's called doing your job.
And the reality is, this is not a lockdown. I've heard my colleagues say, speak out against a lockdown. This is not a lockdown. This is an effort to try and limit capacity to prevent the spread of the virus.
Earlier today, a western Wisconsin judge allowed Governor Evers' mask mandate to stand. That judge, who Scott Walker appointed, told lawmakers if they want to change it, vote on it. The DHS has 30 days to submit the order as a rule to the legislature. The order expires in less than 30 days on November 6th.
Naomi, thank you. Governor Tony Evers sent a letter to Republicans Robin Vos and Scott Fitzgerald today. He wants them all to meet to discuss the state's response to COVID-19. The letter says, given it has been 180 days since the legislature last passed a bill, and that you have repeatedly, though through costly litigation and your public comments, expressed opposition to nearly every action my administration has taken to prevent the spread of COVID-19, I am eager to ensure our meeting is productive. Vos and Fitzgerald have not yet replied to the governor's request.
For the 6th day in a row, Wisconsin has reached more than 2,000 new cases of COVID-19. At last check, we were at 2,710 new cases. Wisconsin surpassed 150,000 over the weekend. More than 29,000 remain active. Another 56 people ended up in the hospital. 18% of the state's hospital beds remain open. At least 1,488 have died since the start of the pandemic. 18 more deaths were confirmed today. Meanwhile, cases at UW-Madison are decreasing. Back on September 9th, the university reported over 400 positive cases. Since then, the numbers have been decreasing. Today, they reported just 14 positive cases. So far, over 3,000 students and staff have been tested and have tested positive for the coronavirus.
An inmate in a Wisconsin prison says it is not providing adequate health care to inmates with COVID-19. The inmate sent a letter from the Dodge Correctional Facility in Waupun. As of Friday, records show Dodge Correctional has had 235 inmates diagnosed with COVID-19. 2 inmates have died. The letter says no one confirmed the COVID-19 test results of the cellmates. No one has taken their temperatures, their blood pressure, or done anything to provide medical care.
I've heard too many horror stories from people who are inside who were ignored. They're not saying, hey, I didn't do this crime, I shouldn't be here. They're saying, I'm sick, I need help.
This is not an easy time for anyone, especially those that are in our care. We really take that into consideration as we balance our operations and try to make sure that we're making decisions to keep people safe.
61 of the 235 cases at the prison are active. Other state prisons have experienced higher test results. Oshkosh has reported 389 cases, and Kettle Moraine reported 709.
Meanwhile, across the globe, after finding 12 positive cases in China's port city of Guangzhou, testing is underway in the entire city. 9 million people. Authorities say it'll be done in just 5 days. India has now become just the second country in the world after the United States to hit 7 million cases. Its official death toll is over 100,000 people, but experts fear the real toll is much higher. There are now more COVID-19 patients in the hospital in England than when restrictions began back in March. 7,000 police officers are enforcing a new state of emergency in Spain's capital. Italy and Poland have mandated wearing masks in public places.
Well, UW was one of the first places where we saw spiking numbers in Wisconsin. The UW system president says their plans are working.
Amanda Quintana has more on what Tommy Thompson thinks has been the key to slowing the spread among college students.
Right now on the UW-Madison campus, the 7-day average of combined cases is 17. Just 4 weeks ago, it was 161. And that was just days after having a single day with 404 cases. UW System President Tommy Thompson says a lot of this has to do with testing. He says UW campuses are testing more than counties and local municipalities. They're encouraging students to get tested on a weekly basis. Then if someone tests positive, they're put in quarantine for 10 days. They'll also get a second test to confirm that they do have the virus. Thompson calls the results of this plan, quote, stunning.
We're now testing 5 times more than the state of Wisconsin, and our results are showing direct correlation. We're down, last week I was talking about 3%. We're down below 2% positive right now.
Thompson also says that the top of the list of people to thank is students, saying they're being responsible for their actions and not partying. As for the large jump in cases around Labor Day, Thompson says the UW system didn't have this intensive testing plan in place just yet and didn't have enough time to educate students on the health guidelines that they need to follow. UW-Madison isn't the only campus seeing a drop in cases. We'll show you how UW-Platteville is doing at 6 o'clock. And they say although the case numbers do look good, things can change very quickly.
That was Amanda Quintana reporting a rainy and cooler start to the work week, but it ended up on a sunny note this afternoon. Let's check in with Dana.
Yeah, once the rain finally cleared out of here, we did get some sunshine coming through for the late afternoon. It'll stay that way for the next few hours before we get to sunset. Here's a look at Doppler track over the last few hours. You can see that rain line staying pretty tight, some thunderstorms along with it. That's now well to the east. Overall rainfall totals have been right around 1/4 of an inch for much of the area. Some higher amounts north of Dane County, and a few spots did get close to an inch, but not a big accumulating event. Just a bit of rain for early in the morning. Good to get the ground a bit of a drink. Now we're back to the sunshine, and it certainly feels like October outside. Temps are in the upper 50s right now with a calm breeze. It'll stay cool for us as we look ahead to the next several days. Temperatures will be very seasonable. We'll keep with a mostly dry trend with only a few slight chances for showers in our 10-day. And by the weekend, temperatures will be dropping quite a bit with those overnight lows potentially in the upper 20s. But we'll take a closer look at your 10-day in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. A Verona man faces charges in connection with a violent sexual assault this summer. The Madison Police Department says they arrested 30-year-old Max Bell on suspicion of assaulting a female escort in July. The Wisconsin State Crime Lab matched Bell's DNA with evidence collected after the assault. The victim was attacked inside a vehicle. At the time, Bell was out on bail for other charges, including sexual assault and choking another escort. In the latest case, Bell has been tentatively charged with second-degree sexual assault and felony bail jumping.
A passenger in a vehicle on the Beltline fired shots at another vehicle that had children inside. It happened yesterday. Officers say a 28-year-old Madison man had his 3 small children with him inside his SUV as he drove along South Stoughton Road yesterday afternoon. The victim told police a black Toyota was also heading the same direction and driving recklessly. The man stuck out his arm to show displeasure, and that's when someone in the vehicle shot at his car. A short time later, a stolen Toyota Avalon was found abandoned. Police say the victim's SUV was not hit by any bullets and no one was injured.
Demonstrators protested for a 5th night in a Milwaukee suburb, angry over Joseph Mensah avoiding any charges. Last week, Milwaukee County District Attorney John Chisholm cleared Mensah for shooting and killing 17-year-old Alvin Cole outside Mayfair Mall in Wauwatosa in February. Mensah and Cole are both black. Officers say 4 people were arrested last night for violating curfew, and they expect protests to continue.
People have a constitutional right to protest. We can't tell them when or where. They have limits as time and all that. But if they choose to protest, they choose to protest. We just ask them to stay within the bounds of the law when they do that. So we're anticipating further protests.
The citywide curfew expired this morning. There is not another curfew put in place at this time. The high-stakes confirmation hearing for Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett is underway on Capitol Hill. Barrett, a federal judge and law school professor, also praised the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg despite very different ideologies. She credited the late conservative Justice Antonin Scalia, a mentor for whom she clerked, with shaping her judicial philosophy. Judiciary Committee Chair Lindsey Graham defended his party's decision to fast-track the nomination, but Democrats say with millions of votes already cast, the vacancy shouldn't be filled until after Election Day.
There's never been a situation where you had a president of one party and the Senate of another, where the nominee, the replacement, was made in an election year.
President Trump has made it clear he wants another of his appointees on the Supreme Court before the election because he anticipates court challenges over the vote.
Now, if confirmed, she would expand the High Court's conservative majority to 6-3, and the mother of 7 would be the first mother of school-aged children to sit on the nation's highest court.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul criticized the rush by Republicans to confirm Judge Barrett. He says it's very much like they rushed in Wisconsin to strip him and the governor of their power after they were elected in 2018.
But when it comes to fighting to protect the health and safety of the people of Wisconsin or the people of the United States, we have not seen that kind of urgency. And in fact, we've seen action that undermines people's health insurance coverage and that undermines the fight against the coronavirus. So it's
Attorney General Kaul also praised today's ruling that allowed the governor's mask mandate to stand and called on Republicans to work with the governor to more effectively fight coronavirus in Wisconsin.
Earlier today, President Trump's son Eric was in Rock County campaigning for his father. Eric Trump held a Operation Mega event at Diamond Assets in Milton. Eric Trump says Democrats want to pack the Supreme Court and that Republicans are going to fill that seat.
But they can't attack her on her qualifications, they can't attack her on her education, they can't attack her on anything. So guess what they do? They attack her because she's Christian? Does that sound right?
Tomorrow, Ivanka Trump is scheduled to visit Wisconsin. She'll be in Hilbert talking to supporters and sharing the president's Make America Great Again agenda. President Trump himself plans to travel to Janesville on Saturday, 2 weeks after he canceled a rally there, and Green Bay after his positive coronavirus test. The Trump campaign announced a fundraiser for Janesville on Saturday with donations starting at $1,000. Rock County officials say the event will take place at the Rock County Airport, but a time was not announced.
The Goodman Community Center is expecting a record number of families to register for their annual Thanksgiving baskets, and they're asking for your help. The center has seen a large spike in demand for their food services since the pandemic began, and they're expecting it to stay this way through the holidays. The Goodman Center is serving 4 times as many families as they usually would since March, and they are asking for donations.
So we need folks to start collecting a few items at the grocery store this week and next week, and maybe by the time Thanksgiving rolls around, you'll have several bags that you can drop off for us. About $70 feeds a family everything they could possibly need to prepare a traditional Thanksgiving meal in their home with their families.
Those interested in signing up to receive a Thanksgiving basket can do so online through next Friday. And you can also register by phone by calling the number on your screen, Monday through Friday from 12:30 until 6 p.m. Those who register for a basket will get a postcard in the mail with pickup information on it. Baskets will be distributed Saturday, November 21st through Monday, November 23rd. There's more to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5. When we come back, cleanup is underway in the southern part of the country following Hurricane Delta, the latest on the recovery efforts. And then coming up tonight at 6, local doctors are continuing to push for Wisconsinites to mask up. We'll have more on their latest effort ahead at 6. On Wall Street this Monday, the Dow climbs more than 250 points to start the work week. The NASDAQ adds almost 300, and the S&P 500 jumped 57. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Attention homeowners, we started out looking for 50 homes and now we're down to 30. Thank you for your response. If you want to participate in our home evaluation program and get those old windows out before winter, call in now. Zip code and location are important. We'll put a good neighbor sign in your yard and you're going to save a lot of money on our Eco Sky windows from Mad City Windows with Sky Mirror technology. Beautiful windows that keep the cold out in the wintertime. We've been in the #1 spot as the top-rated remodeler here in Wisconsin for the last 8 years. And now you can be one of 30 homeowners to save a lot of money on new windows. 75% off labor, 60 months zero interest, a $100 Walmart gift card with purchase as we compensate you for your time, $50 Amazon gift card with your estimate, and be sure to ask about virtual online estimates. Call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616. MadCityWindows.com.
Joe Biden will make health care affordable. His plan gives a tax credit to help working families pay insurance premiums, lowers prescription costs by 60%, and protects coverage for pre-existing conditions. No matter what, he'll pay for it by getting rid of Donald Trump's tax cuts for the super rich. Because Joe knows our economy's strength doesn't come from the top. It comes from working families. And that's who he's fighting for every day.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
A woman who was young had COVID-19. I remember her because she had a bracelet that had the names of her children. She asked me, "Doctor, am I going to be okay?" And I could not give her the answer that I wanted to give her. There's no excuse for why we don't have this under control at this point. Joe Biden listens to medical experts. He actually has a plan that does the things that we should have been doing many months ago. And Joe Biden is not going to let his ego get in the way of fighting the disease.
FFPAC's responsible for the content of this ad.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Tuesday marks 3 weeks until the election, and a lot of you have questions about the integrity of it and how your vote will be counted.
State elections officials are hoping to put those fears to bed. We'll tell you how on News 3 Now this morning.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help providing Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families.
Please consider a food or monetary donation. We are grateful for any gift you can provide.
Donate at goodmancenter.org.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Longtime Dane County Board Supervisor Paul Rusk has died, according to a release from county officials. Rusk represented District 12, which covers the village of Maple Bluff and the north side of Madison. He was first elected to the county board in 2002. He was currently serving on the Public Works and Transportation Committee. Rusk also worked for 2 Wisconsin lawmakers and served as the director of the Alzheimer's and Dementia Alliance of Wisconsin throughout his life. Paul Rusk was 65 years old.
As the remnants of Hurricane Delta track through the northeast, Louisiana is cleaning up a trail of destruction. The storm brought high winds and heavy flooding on roadways and in neighborhoods. Just 7 weeks after Hurricane Laura slammed that region. The LeBeau family moved out of their home after Hurricane Laura tore off most of the roof 7 weeks ago. Then Friday evening, the blue tarps covering the roof were ripped away during Hurricane Delta. The family has lost their home twice now, in 2006 and in 2008.
This is the first time we come back to something that we can actually fix.
Well, there have been at least 2 storm-related deaths in Louisiana, one of them from a fire linked to a generator. Well, let's get a look at our first warned weather now. Meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
It is October, and it looks and feels like fall outside right now. We've had so many gorgeous fall pictures coming in. This is a view in Richland County. Gorgeous colors coming through right now. The drive just looks beautiful. If you're just able to kind of coast down the road, it's one of those kind of days where you can just enjoy the colors this evening as we finally have sunshine coming back out. Now, the wind that came through this morning, that might help push a little bit of the leaf action back down on the ground for us, because we had those strong gusts early in the day along with some rain and those thunderstorms passing through. That line of storms is now moving off to the east, and behind it we're getting a clearing sky for the rest of the evening. In fact, overnight will be mostly clear also. Our breeze now coming in from the northwest, so it is just a little cooler as we look ahead to our overnight lows. Right now temperatures are in the mid-50s, so a jacket, you should be pretty comfortable outside for Monday evening. Overnight temperatures will be dropping to the mid-40s with our overnight lows. For Tuesday afternoon, plan on sunshine late in the day with high temperatures in the mid-60s, so a very October fall-like stretch expected for Tuesday. Temperatures right where they should be for overnight lows and for afternoon highs. As we head into Wednesday, temperatures will be in the mid-40s for our overnight lows, but our skies are going to become variably cloudy, so not expecting to see as much sun for the middle of the week, with just a slight chance for some isolated showers to develop in the late afternoon and evening. Not expecting a big rain accumulating event, but we will have some light rain chances passing through late in the day. So keep an eye on the radar as we look ahead to late Wednesday. Now, overall for Tuesday, again, not too bad outside, mostly sunny skies, a little breezy though. Those wind speeds will be anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour with afternoon highs in the mid-60s. right where we should be. As we look ahead through the rest of October, temperatures get a little cooler outside though. Sunshine tomorrow, partly sunny on Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures will be in the mid-60s on Wednesday with that slight chance for showers late in the day. We won't see a lot of accumulation, but there is the chance to see a little bit sticking on the ground for some time. For Thursday and Friday, behind that rain chance, it gets a little cooler outside. Those temperatures are expected to cool down quite a bit with overnight lows landing potentially in the upper 20s for early Saturday morning. So a very chilly start to the day on Saturday. I know we're tough. I know we can handle the upper 20s, but it's a bit ahead of schedule for us for the middle of October. For Saturday and Sunday in the upper 40s for afternoon highs, our next chance for more accumulating rainfall will likely be building in for the second half of the weekend on Sunday. Windy conditions, rain expected. And the next week, we have partly sunny skies with high temperatures continuing to trend below average. So a chilly stretch as we look ahead to the following week. We'll be staying close to 50 for those afternoon highs. As far as road conditions right now, again, the view just really beautiful, especially if you're in the driftless area. A lot of pretty color right now. Overall, roads do look pretty smooth. No accidents to report, which is, of course, always a good thing. Quite a sea of green as we look at traffic. You'll need the shades for the evening drive home as we do have sunshine, but thankfully most of the water on the roads shouldn't be an issue for us this evening. The Beltline, we aren't seeing any major delays as we look at downtown Madison. A few stop-and-go spots that usually tend to slow down a little bit as more folks hop on the road for the evening, but nothing too delayed or backed up. Fitchburg and Verona should be all smooth, and then 14 heading out to Mazo, smooth as well. Interstate, no delays. Downtown Janesville looks good. If you're traveling all the way through Rock County, you should be good to go for this evening. Now, overall drive times, Janesville to the Beltline, we're about 25 minutes. Sauk City to Middleton, close to 16 minutes. And Sun Prairie to downtown, a quick 9-minute drive on this lovely fall evening. It feels like October, and again, now it looks like October outside. That's a quick look at traffic.
Dana, thank you. Ahead of News 3 Now at 5. We're less than 2 weeks away from the Badgers season opener. We'll have the details on when the opening game will be played. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your local Monk's Bar and Grill is open for dine-in guests and convenient takeout. Come visit Monk's and enjoy award-winning apps, burgers, and more while dining safely with us. Visit monksbarandgrill.com to order online and easily view our menus.
You know, here in Mad City Windows, we'll personalize your windows to match your unique home and style. We love hearing from our customers. In fact, Neil was telling us that when we put the new windows in, it really made a difference.
It's a very big difference. Just the curb appeal, so to speak, from my house, it's gone up immensely.
And remember, our windows here at Mad City Windows have a 0.17 U factor, one of the lowest U factors in the industry, if not the lowest. And now you can be one of 30 homeowners to save a lot of money on new windows from Mad City Windows. 75% off labor for starters, 60 months, 0 interest. We're going to compensate you for your time, $100 Walmart gift card with purchase, $50 Amazon gift card with your estimate. Ask about virtual online estimates. Call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616. MadCityWindows.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we also wear what you wear, denim. And right now, all jeans are on sale. Shop our wide selection of the best denim brands at great low prices. Rewards members earn 2 times the points on men's Lee Riders jeans, just $19.99. Or men's Dickies Tough Max pants, $2 off. Closeout women's Carhartt Force leggings are only $33.99. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
When Joe Biden wants an update on the virus, he calls on the nation's top health experts. Working together for all Americans is what Joe does. When writing his healthcare plan, Joe Biden worked with both doctors and patients to make healthcare affordable by lowering premiums reducing drug costs, and protecting people with pre-existing conditions. Joe listened to both small business owners and workers to create his economic plan that cuts taxes for middle-class families, creates 18 million new jobs in his first term, and raises wages by as much as $15,000 a year. Joe Biden's plans will help working families immediately by making the super rich finally pay their fair share. For Joe, it's never been about ego. It's always been about the work he can do for working families. It's what he's always done. Joe Biden brings everyone to the table and gets it done.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Big Ten has released more details on the Badger football season opener.
Wisconsin will take on Illinois Friday, October 23rd at Camp Randall. The game will start at 7 p.m. and air on the Big Ten Network. Redshirt freshman quarterback Graham Mertz is expected to make his first career start for Wisconsin after Jack Cohn went down with a foot injury. Earlier this month, the Badgers announced they will not have any fans in the stands during their home games this season due to COVID-19 concerns.
Madison police remind fans there will be no fall football gatherings. That includes tailgating or beer gardens. It's due to COVID-19. Officers say house parties and other gatherings won't be tolerated. They say host residents can be cited up to $1,000 per violation. Also, those caught underage drinking or providing alcohol to minors will also be fined. A final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment. Stay tuned.
We took a bad economy that was falling and turned it around. Trump took a good economy and drove it back into the ditch through his failure to get COVID under control, his failure to deliver real relief to working people. Does he not understand and see the tens of millions of people who've had to file for unemployment this year so far? The people who lost wages while the cost of groceries have gone up dramatically? Donald Trump has been almost singularly focused on the stock market, the Dow and NASDAQ. Not you, not your families. My plan will help create at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs and create them right here in the United States of America. Let's use this opportunity to take bold investments in American industry and innovation so that the future is made in America. I'll be laser focused on working families. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You know, here at Mad City Windows, you can count on us to do the right thing and put the right product in your home. We've been around for years. In fact, our windows offer the bright and cozy feel with an abundance of natural light. Not just any window, the Eco Sky window with Sky Mirror technology. Look at the extra layers of low E. We're going to give your home an energy upgrade this winter, whatever size you need. Bay, bow, double hung slider. Remember, time's running out. To take advantage of this special offer, be one of 30 homeowners to participate in our home evaluation program. Zip code and location are important. Now, more than 30 will call in, but only 30 will qualify. 75% off labor, 60 months, zero interest. You're going to be compensated for your time with a $100 Walmart gift card, $50 Amazon gift card. With your estimate, ask about virtual online appointments. Call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616. MadCityWindows.com.
The pandemic is spreading, and people with pre-existing health conditions are most at risk. But Donald Trump is still trying to repeal protections for people with pre-existing conditions. Joe Biden took on the insurance companies and forced them to cover pre-existing conditions. As president, he'll give Americans the choice to buy public health insurance like Medicare and bring down costs by negotiating with hospitals and drug companies. Joe has a plan. FFPAC's responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
One word?
Anxious.
Anxious.
Because we see what this president is currently doing. We've got 170,000 Americans dead because of COVID. There's this lack of trust.
This country is starving for good leadership right now.
Big thing that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris can do is just rebuild trust.
I'm not going to agree with everything that anyone says. My wife will tell you that from the beginning. But who do I trust my children's future to? I trust Joe Biden more than anyone else.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, with 22 days to go until Election Day and a week after leaving the hospital, President Trump is back on the campaign trail. Tonight, how he's falling behind Joe Biden in key states. Plus, the first day of confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett, what the mother of 7 said about how she views her role as a judge. And crossing the border, we reconnect with a mother and toddler we first met 15 months ago in a migrant processing facility. That's all tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
And Dana has a final check.
We're looking at temperatures in the mid-60s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Mostly sunny Tuesday, partly sunny for early Wednesday with a slight chance for showers late in the day. Thursday and Friday gets a little cooler outside. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s by the weekend.
Dana, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.